Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to be dry aging an entire short loin, and we're going to have some delicious 45-day dry aged New York strip steaks. Stay tuned. Whoa, 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 stop that music. Now 45 days ago when I recorded the introduction you guys just saw, I thought I was dry aging a short loin, but this turns out to be an entire prime rib. So we had some amazing 45-day dry aged ribeye steaks. Now let's get back to that video. Alright, so I'm starting with an entire beef short loin from 1855 Beef. If you guys have not tried the 1855 meat, I gotta tell you, you are missing out. So at 1855, they use the highest quality Black Angus beef available, and anything that is labeled 1855 is upper 2/3 choice or better. Make sure you guys check out 1855 at the link below and thank them for sponsoring today's video. Alright, so I'm just gonna take the short loin out of the package, being careful not to scar the meat. Alright, so at this point, all I'm going to do is dry up the surface with some paper towels. We're not going to be trimming anything off of this short loin. So if you guys have never dry aged beef before, man, you've got to give it a try. At one point, I was pretty nervous because obviously I didn't know anything about dry aging, and I didn't want to ruin a piece of meat like this, especially with the cost of beef these days, right? And I got to tell you, man, it is much easier than I thought. There's a lot of equipment available that makes it pretty easy for you to do this at home. So anytime that you're going to be dry aging beef, you want to start with a high quality cut of meat like this one from 1855, and you'll end up with an amazing product at the end. Alright, so I want to get a weight on this short loin here, so I'm going to pop it on my meat scale. So I'm starting with 19.98 pounds. Let's just round that up to 20 pounds, and I'm going to write that down because I want to take a weight of the meat before and after to see exactly how much weight the meat loses in the dry aging process. So this short loin is barely going to fit inside my dry aging cabinet, so I got to make sure that I position these hooks in the right location. So I've got about 2 inches of space from the rod to the top of the cabinet, so that's where I want the hook to be, right around there. So that means that I've got to hang it right around here. So I am using 2 hooks, and I'm going to try to position the second one in the same spot. Let me turn this one just a bit here. There we go. All right, let's go hang this in my dry aging cabinet. So there's my 20-pound beef short loin hanging inside of my Reserve 50 dry aging cabinet from Pro Smoker, and I do want to show you guys some of the settings that I'm going to be using to dry age this piece of meat. So let me open up this door. So as far as the temperature, I'm going with 36 degrees, and the humidity, I'm going with 77%. Now Pro Smoker does recommend anywhere between 75 and 80% humidity. I'm using 77. Now this does have a built-in alarm that's going to warn you anytime there's a large fluctuation in temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and close the door, and there's the alarm. So this dry aging cabinet from Pro Smoker also has a UV light built into it that's going to prevent any bacterial growth on our meat. So I will see you guys in 45 days. Well, actually for you guys, it's about half a second. Stay tuned. All right, and just like that, it's been 45 days since we put the short loin inside of our dry ager, and it is ready. Now the temperature did maintain at 36 degrees and the humidity about 75%, and that is perfect. This short loin is looking amazing. Look at this, I have not opened this door for 45 days, and it is looking fantastic. Let me pull it out and let's slice into it. All right, let me remove these hooks, because the first thing I want to do is weigh this short loin and see how much weight loss we got. Now as far as the aroma, it's got a little bit of a funk, but nothing too crazy. It still smells really good. All right, so I've got my meat scale right here. Remember, we started at 19.98 pounds. Any guesses? Let's see what we've got here. You know, it's nothing crazy We're at 16.38 pounds. So we lost about 3.5 pounds. I thought it'd be a lot more than that, but 3.5 pounds, I'll take it. All right, so normally I would just shave off all of this pellicle with my fillet knife, but in this case, I'm gonna cut the steaks first and then trim off some of this pellicle. But I want that money shot, so let's go right here in the middle. Oh my goodness, you know what? It feels really tender. I'm glad I got my slicer. All right, let's see what we've got. Oh my goodness. Look at that marbling, guys. So let me tell you what happens during the dry aging process. Now remember that meat is about 75% moisture. So when you're dry aging it, a lot of the moisture gets evaporated from the cut of meat. But what's left behind is an amazing beef flavor, and that's what we're after. That's why we dry age meat. All right, so I'm gonna cut about 1-inch steaks. I think that's the appropriate thickness. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to grill up these bad boys. Look at that. Is that a beautiful steak or what? Now on this next step, I've got my fillet knife, and all I'm going to do is remove that pellicle. Again, you can simply remove the pellicle from the entire roast if you wanted to, but I wanted to try it this way and see how much loss I have compared to the other way. Now you will have some loss, and that's why these steaks are so expensive, or dry aged steaks, is because you have so much loss. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous steak. Again, this is from 1855 beef. Amazing quality beef. I'm gonna get the rest of these steaks trimmed up, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so I've got all of the steaks trimmed up. I've got all of the pellicle removed, and these steaks are looking fantastic. Now, early in the video, I did say that this was a short loin. And if you guys know meat like I do, you will know that these are not New York strip steaks. What are these? These are ribeye steaks. For some reason, I thought that I was dry aging a short loin, and it was not a short loin. It is a prime rib. We have some ribeye steaks, which to me is about 10 times better than a New York strip steak. So I'm gonna season these up. We're gonna start with a little bit of avocado oil. Remember that these steaks are dry aged and that surface is really dry. So we want our seasonings to stick to our steak. So a little bit of avocado oil, a little bit of olive oil if you wanted to as well, just to get that seasoning to stick. All right, so we're gonna keep our seasonings really simple. We're starting off with a bunch of kosher salt. Add enough. This is a really thick steak, and some of the salt will fall off during the grilling process. So if you guys are still using table salt or iodized salt when you're cooking, get rid of it and get yourself some of this kosher salt. It is a game changer. It's less salty than table salt, and it tastes absolutely amazing. All right, so next I'm gonna apply some fresh cracked black pepper using my pepper mill from Chef Lore. You talk about a solid pepper mill. This thing will last a lifetime. Now I've been using this for a few months now, and I am really happy with it. Now this is on a Kickstarter campaign, so if you want to order yours, check out the link below. They are going to start taking orders mid to late October, and the first units are going to ship out in December. Now let me show you guys a couple of awesome features from this pepper mill right here. Not only does it grind pepper like a ton of black pepper, look at that, but it also has a built-in thermometer. So all you would do is grind your pepper, turn this wheel twice to the left, and pull it up, and your thermometer comes up. Now you can check the internal temperature of your meat. The other thing is you can adjust the coarseness of your pepper. I had that set on a fine setting, as you can see right there. I want a coarse pepper for these steaks, so here we go. Look at that, nice coarse black pepper. And it's super easy to turn as well. All right, I'm gonna add some black pepper to the other side of the steaks, and I will see you guys outside. All right, so I've got my Grilla Grills Kong lit up, and those charcoals are really nice and hot. So let's load up these beautiful steaks. I still can't believe I thought this was a short loin, but better for me. All right, so I'm going to let these grill for a couple of minutes. I've got the intake and the exhaust about halfway open. Stay tuned. All right, it's been 2 minutes. Let's take a look at our steaks. Give them a flip. Ooh, man, look at that. Beautiful. Let's get an internal temperature with my chef floor thermometer. All right, we're still at about 80 degrees. I'm looking for about 132 degrees. Once they have hit that, I will see you guys inside. Stay tuned. All right, just like that, our steaks are ready. Now, they have been resting for about 5 minutes now. Let's take a look at these bad boys. Look at that. Is that a mountain of meat? Or meat mountain, like my buddy Brad likes to say? You better believe I'm gonna pour these juices over these steaks. So I'm just gonna grab this one right here. Pour some of these amazing juices over the steak. Oh yes. Man, I still can't believe I thought I had a short loin. I was really looking forward to those New York strip steaks, but I gotta tell you, I am not mad when I end up with a prime rib instead of a short loin. So let's cut into our 45-day dry age ribeye steaks. First off, I'm going to remove the spinalis. Now this is going to be cooked a little bit more well than the inside of our steak right here. But let's see how we did. Look at that. Beautiful color on the inside. This steak is cooked to about a medium, but I am not mad at that one bit. All right, let's take a look at our steak. Look at that. Beautiful pink color throughout. I still can't believe that after 45 days, there's this much moisture in the meat. Look at that. All right, let's give this steak a try and see how we did. All right, let's give these 45-day dry-aged ribeye steaks a try. Look at that. Beautiful color. Smells absolutely amazing. Here we go, guys. Cheers. That is ridiculous. Mega tender, super juicy, and so full of flavor. No funk whatsoever. This steak is so tender that if you don't have teeth, it's okay. You can still chew it. Guys, the other thing that I wanted to mention that I didn't mention earlier is the reason why dry aged meat is so tender is because the enzymes that's in the meat continues to break down those muscles, making a steak really tender. Let's try this spinalis, my favorite part of the steak. That's amazing. I'm going to give a piece of the spinalis to my daughter, see what she thinks.
Wow, it's really good.
Good, huh? So if you guys have never dry aged meat before, check out Pro Smoker in the link below. They make some amazing dry agers that you can afford, so you can do this at home. And for those of you guys that were paying attention, yes, that was a black thermometer. Chef Lore makes a black pepper mill and also an aluminum colored pepper mill. I hope you guys enjoyed this 45-day dry aged ribeye steak video, not short loin video. If this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Spit BBQ. See ya.